Getting started with Facebook is pretty easy. In terms of creating your Facebook ad, you'll need to first select your campaign type. So let me go ahead and share my screen really quickly and go into Meta Ads Manager. So creating your first ad, and we'll just create a demo campaign here. Let's just say that we want to drive some leads for your business. So we can select leads as our campaign objective. And, Meta will actually introduce some of these suggestions whenever you go in to launch your new campaign. And you can go into a manual setup if you would like, but we'll just follow the prompts here that Facebook guides us through. And we can just say demo campaign for this case. Now, here's the different categories for your industry in terms of like the ad category. And it's not going to be applicable to everybody. If there are certain industries that restrict what your options might be when you're creating an ad. So that includes anyone in the credit industry. If you're trying to promote a job opportunity that you're hiring new people, there's limitations there. For housing, any kind of real estate listings or homeowners insurance, mortgage loans, things like that. That's another sensitive industry. And as far as social issues, political, election-related advertising, they will restrict certain options for those advertisers as well. So, and this doesn't apply in this particular case, so we'll just keep going here. Now, the conversion location. So Meta offers the ability to embed your form directly within the Facebook ad. So if you wanted to test this, then you can select instant forms. Now there's also Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and phone calls. So just, for the sake of this example, we'll just say we want to generate phone calls. You select the Facebook page that this ad would be associated with. And if you are a business manager account, or if you have multiple Facebook pages or ad accounts that you are an admin of, there will be multiple options there. So just make sure that this is a relevant page for the ad campaign you're creating. And then you'll set your daily budget. Whatever your monthly budget is, just divide that by like 30.4, and that's a good average for what your daily budget should be. That kind of gives you a roundabout idea for whether it's 28 days in the month, 30 days in the month, or 31 days in the month. It kind of evens it out. So that's probably the closest that you'll get on your daily budget. And then your start date. You can actually set an end date. So if you have a temporary promotion that you're only offering for a limited time, and you don't want to risk the campaign continuing to run after the promotion has expired, then you can set an end date for your campaign. Now, budget scheduling, this is a new option here. You can schedule budget increases in advance on certain days or times. If you're anticipating better sales opportunities or peak traffic or any kind of other, promotional limited time offers, you can do budget scheduling to increase your budget for certain days, which is interesting. So especially useful around the holidays for some advertisers, I'm sure. We'll just keep it standard for now. Now on the ad scheduling, we generally will launch the ad schedule to run all the time initially, and then reassess the data after it's run for 2 or 3 weeks, just to see what are the peak times and what are the best converting times, and then kind of narrow that down to make the best use of your budget. So we can leave that here. And with audience targeting, there's Advantage Plus audiences. So this is kind of like optimized audience expansion through Google Ads. It's very similar. Facebook has the option as well that they can automatically find the best audience for you for your ads and tailor your ads to them using the different assets that you have plugged in for your ad copy, whether it's different creative or headlines or descriptions. And it branches outside of your target audience to potentially find more relevant people that may find your ads useful. So this can help, but it can also hurt your campaign. So, just want to be very strategic about using the Advantage Plus feature in Facebook ads, because if you have super specific targeting, for example, if you only want to reach ages 30 to 50 and you want only homeowners and you want only people that are interested in certain publications or have liked certain Facebook pages, or, if it's really specific like that, then I would not use the Advantage Plus audience feature on Facebook because it could potentially throw in irrelevant people in the targeting, and you don't want to do that. But if it's more like broad in nature, then you would probably be safe to go ahead and turn that on. So for now, we'll just leave this without the Advantage Plus audience. And then here is where you can create a new audience, or you can select a saved audience for targeting. So here you'll see a list of saved audiences that you've used in the past. But if you're a brand new advertiser, it's more than likely you won't have a saved audience just yet. So we can go through creating a new one really quickly. Now we don't have, you probably won't have custom audiences either if you're brand new to Meta ads, but this is some of the custom options available here, or these are some of the custom options. So, once you've run your campaigns for a while, you will be able to create some custom audiences. For example, if anyone ever sent you a message to the Messenger app from your ads in the past 180 days, for example, then you could retarget those people. But for now, we'll just kind of leave this a little bit broad. We're not going to go into any custom audiences. Let's just say you want to target people not in the United States, but let's just say you want to target people only in the state of Florida. Oh, let's go ahead and pull that up. And you can start there. And if you have certain age groups that would be, that would make more sense to see your ads, like for instance, if you only want to target people that are age 30 and up, then you can do that. Let's just say that maybe women resonate with your ad copy better, or maybe women are your target audience, then you can select women to see the ads here. And now here is where it gets really granular as far as your interests that you can select from, and the demographics too. So Facebook will give you options here in a list, and you can browse through these, although it would take you quite a bit of time because there are so many options here. So let's just say if you were to be promoting, like for instance, this is bath fitter. So if you want to only target older women and you want to target homeowners, then you would type homeowner in here. And this would be demographics, so it's not in there. Maybe I was too specific. So here's small business owners. And, now that I'm in here, I don't know why it's not letting me target homeowners. Oh, goodness. Let me go into the demographics. So you can target recently moved people. You can also target people that are even in long distance relationships. So that can get really granular there. But we'll just say maybe better homes and gardens is another potential interest of your target market. So you can select that. And then let's just say maybe they want to contact general contractors, or interested in general contracting work titles. There's just a lot of options in here. So feel free to play around with the targeting and behaviors. You can also exclude people with certain behaviors. If you know that that is not your target audience, then you can add exclusions here as well. Now be careful, because the advantage detailed targeting, here's another option where Facebook wants to, or Meta wants to expand and target people beyond your detailed targeting. And they say it will improve performance. But like I said, if you want to be super specific, then I do not suggest enabling that. And then you can save this audience, but for the case here, I'm not going to save it since it's a demonstration. And then click next. And this will take you to your ad set. So you can actually rename your ad set whatever you want. And if you have like different targeting options selected for different ad sets, then you might want to name this one, you know, women. And my keyboard is not working. Women age 30 and up demo campaign, and we'll just take the date out. And then here you can actually promote an existing post. If you have one that's worthy of being an ad as well, then you can use an existing post on your Facebook page for this too. But for now, we'll just create this ad. And then you have an option of doing a single image or a video, or you can do carousel format, which is 2 or more images that are scrolling, and you can include videos here as well. So we generally recommend doing 1 image or 1 video. But if you choose to go with a slideshow, you can use that format as well. Just be sure to plan ahead and kind of have an idea of where you're going with that ad. Slideshows are good for telling a story or showing a sequence of steps. If you want to show people how to, you know, use your product or service, that's great for that. But you'll want to make sure that you've got, you know, the proper settings depending on what your goal is for the ad. So in this case, we'll just keep it at single image. And you can add media here as well. So there are images you can choose from that are already in your account, or you can upload an image. So you can upload directly from your computer. You can also go into your account. So it'll show you your account images that you already have. And Facebook will also recommend certain images that are already in your account, if that's possible. And we can actually just select this one for now. So this is saying that we're going to do all placements, which is fine in most cases. But if your creative is not optimized for all placements, you'll want to be careful about this. For instance, a square image or a landscape image, like a 16:9 ratio, those would not look very good in a reel, like a video reel, or a story, like being shown in between people's stories, or you know, there's just certain cases where you don't want to include all placements, especially if you just don't have a broad range of different formats for your creative that you'll be using. And then if that's the case, you can, hold on. So of course, Facebook wants to give me an error on the telephone number. Oh, well, we haven't even entered the phone number in here yet. It's getting ahead of me. So here's where you enter in your primary text. You can do up to 5 primary text options. This is what's going to show as if it were a Facebook post. It'll show up above the image or video as like a description. And then you have the option to do headlines. You can write short headlines, and then you can do up to 5 of those, and Facebook can figure out which of those will perform best. There are different descriptions here. So you can add up to 5 descriptions, and this will show like as an overlay to your video or image kind of next to the call to action button. In this case, we're promoting phone calls in this campaign. So you can put a little description, say call for free consultation. And I guess I'll just go ahead and plug some in. And they already have some variations in here for me to select from. So you can just plug in a couple of those if you'd like. Now, again, if you're a new advertiser, it may not have these options for you to select from. But we can do save time and money with Bathfitter. That's just an example there. And then you can say call for a free design consultation. And then here's where you would put your phone number. And in this case, we would want to use Bathfitter's phone number, but I can just put, you know, for the sake of demoing. Now, in this tracking section, you can select all of the relevant events that you want to track. And this is just based off of you already having some conversion tracking set up in your ad account, and that you've already created your Facebook ads account and gotten this all provisioned. So you can track events in your CRM, in your website, or on your app. And we might want to track website events here as if people may go to the landing page and call from the landing page rather than calling directly from the ad. So we would want to track that. All right. And if you want to put in URL parameters to track, like UTM parameters, for example, then you can build that out directly in Facebook. And it gives you just a quick form here where you can select the campaign. You can do, you know, medium, which a lot of people will just put social, since this is a social media platform, and your campaign name. So if you go in here and do, you know, the dynamic campaign name data variable for your campaign, so it'll be set to the names provided for your campaign, ad set, or ad when they're first published. So they'll continue using those names as the parameter during replacement. Now you can edit the URL and the campaign, ad set, or ad names, but the parameters will always refer back to the original name. So that's a big one here. If you do change the campaign name and edit that once you've officially launched, then what you'll see in GA4, for example, whenever you go back to your reporting, it will keep the original campaign name that you initially assigned that campaign rather than change with you as you continue updating the campaign name. So just be careful about using this if you plan to make a lot of edits, or if you have multiple people working in the account. It might get confusing if you've run this particular campaign for a long time and it's changed names over that course of time. Now the campaign content, you can set dynamic parameters here as well. Then you could potentially do the ad name in this case, but then again, you're going to run into the same thing. So if you change the name of the ad, then it'll only retain the original name of the ad as you progress through that campaign and run it for the whole stint of time that you plan on doing that. So if you're going to track something, you might just want to say sales ad December, you know, just this is just an example, December 2023. And you can get really specific here if you want to track different content. Like if you have a video, you might want to put the name of the video into the content, campaign content field. And you can add more parameters here as well. But you'll see down here as you fill this out that the UTM source and medium, campaign, and content fields have been filled out, and you can click apply there. And it's going to continue prompting you and warning you that if you change it, it will not change it. So If you go to publish, then you'll see your ad and we can just, I was going to allow you to see the preview here, but Facebook is not giving that preview to me. But then you can click publish and then you're all set. And you can edit this and come back in and edit your settings at any time.